Welcome back to Slushie Review. This is Keith.
And this is Chris.
And today we are reviewing the classic movie, X-Men 2000. It wasn't called X-Men 2000, but just X-Men that was made in 2000. One of the first Marvel movies that was actually made, because the only ones made before that was Blade, right?
When did Blade come out?
It came out in the 90s for sure.
Did it?
Yeah, for sure. For sure it came out in the 90s. Because, I mean, Triple H was in the third one. So
98, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, this was one of the first Marvel movies ever. And that's when I fell in love with Marvel. Because, I mean, DC had been out for years, so, you know, whatever. All the Batman movies and shit.
The Spider-Mans weren't until 2002.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't even Marvel. It was all Sony.
For which one?
For all of them.
The X-Men, I think, was Fox.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well,
but yeah, still, it wasn't like Marvel Studios didn't exist yet, I don't think, as far as like making movies.
No, not yet. So yeah, it was X-Men because they sold off X-Men. That's how they made that. And then they sold off Spider-Man and they made those. But this was like one of the first comic book movies. Not the first, but one of the first that ever came out. And
I can think of one that probably predated it.
What?
Howard the Duck.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but I was about to say
one
that we liked.
Well, yeah, one that we saw in matters.
Because Howard the Duck was rated R.
I think so,
for sure.
I think that came out in the 80s.
Yeah, it definitely came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
I don't care about it.
I didn't see it. Yeah. I have still not seen it. I don't care to see it, honestly.
It doesn't seem good.
He can stick to cameos in other movies.
Fair.
And I'll laugh at it and it'll be funny to me, but I don't need to see a whole movie of it.
I remember when he came out in Endgame, I was like, oh, hey. Okay.
And yeah, that's all I need.
Is he going to do anything? Because he didn't.
Nope.
No. But yeah, X-Men, I remember going to go see this in theaters with one of my best friends at the time. And it was packed. It was packed.
I think I saw this in the theater. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw all three of these ones in the theaters. I know I saw 2 and 3 in the theaters. I'm pretty sure I saw this one in the theater.
I saw the first one, but I don't know about the other two. I'm trying to think, because, I mean, it was, to be fair, it was packed. Mm-hmm. And we were elbows to elbows in that place. I'll never forget it, because, you know, toxic masculinity. Me and my buddy, we went to the movies together. I think his parents or my parents dropped us off. We get to the movies, and he sits down. I sit down next to him. We're best friends. Not a problem. He's like, man, come on, man, scoot over. Oh, okay, fine. That's fine. I didn't, you know, whatever. Kids.
Oh, you ended up with some weirdo sitting in between you, didn't
yes. you? Yes, we did. I'm fucking 13 at the time, and it's like a grown-ass man who probably smells. He sat next to us, and so I had to keep looking at my buddy like, hey, that was a good part, right? Like, oh, storm. Oh. Like, no. Yeah. All because of toxic masculinity.
No, that's never a good
I was like, this is your fault, sir.
That's never good. I mean, I don't like sitting next to weirdos, to be fair. So I would much rather sit next to a friend of mine, regardless of anything, than like a weirdo, because I know how fucking weird comic book people can be.
Yeah.
It's like sitting next to a rando at like a WWE show. Wrestling fans are also often smelly and weird.
Same.
So it's just like, that's not a good situation.
I was sick. I was like, you idiot.
I was sick.
Like, you idiot. Because I'd never went to the movies by myself before. That was like the first time I went to. That's why I'll never forget it, because it was the first time. Every other time, like, we went to go see Jurassic Park in theaters with my aunts. Ooh. So my aunts would have come into town, and we used to always go to that movie theater that was on Secor. Mm-hmm. That's the only one they ever wanted to go to. So we would go there when they came in town. Like I said, we saw Jurassic Park. I remember that. But we all sat next to. We're family.
Yeah.
So why would I think anything different? I didn't know.
Yeah,
so
but why wouldn't I want to sit next to somebody I know in a dark room?
the person I came in the same car with, we sat next to each other in the car, sir.
But there was like an armrest in between, probably like a center console.
It probably wasn't.
Oh yeah, backseat. I was thinking you were driving for some reason.
Exactly.
So it was maybe like one of those fold down armrests.
Yeah,
in the
but
car.
even if I was driving, our elbows are gonna touch.
Yeah.
Because of the armrest. Like, no. I was like, you idiot. And then I'll never. I was so mad at him.
So when we go see Spider-Man No Way Home, we're sitting right next to each other.
We did last time because
Yes,
there were
did.
so many people in the theater. Like, I was like, wow. I was surprised there were that many people
Yeah,
in
that
the
was for
theater.
Eternals, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to even think about this next one.
We're going to be standing. It's going to be
Standing
standing. It's
room
going to be
only.
general admission for
That's
like a
fine.
2.5 hour movie.
I'd be okay with that.
I would bring my own chair.
Yeah, I would too. But I'd be okay with that because it better be cheaper.
I'd put some spikes on that shit so nobody would be sitting next to me.
That's fair too. But yeah, I can't. I'm excited for it.
Same.
Speaking of Marvel,
I'm very excited for that movie.
Me too. And I'm happy I haven't seen anything yet. As of yet,
I admire this very much.
Listen, I've been diligent too. There was one time where I was like, maybe nope, don't do it.
At the time of this recording, we've got 2 weeks until we're planning to see it.
Yes.
Yeah. Because we don't go opening day. We go like opening weekend on Sunday if we can handle it.
I already seen the times. Thursday. It starts Thursday.
Yeah. Probably like at 9 or 11 or something.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, man, they might as well just start opening movies on a Monday. Like, might as well if you're just gonna do it. Because I remember, I feel like it was probably it was either a Marvel movie or a Star Wars movie. The first time I ever heard of a Thursday night showing. I want to say it was Star Wars, and they were packed.
I forget the last movie I went to for like a Thursday night, like a midnight showing, like an opening night.
I don't think I've ever been.
I don't know. I feel like I've been to one, but I can't remember what it was.
I feel like you told me you went to one.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what it was either.
It wasn't the like prequels for Star Wars, because I remember I went and saw Phantom Menace with my parents, and two idiots got up in front of the screen and started fucking lightsaber fighting.
You just said that.
And for Clone Wars or for Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, my brother-in-law pulled me out of school both times.
Nice.
Because he's a huge Star Wars fan. He's like, hey, you want to go see, I'm in town, you want to go see these movies? I was like, hell yeah. And we went like in the 2 o'clock in the afternoon to went and see a fucking Star Wars movie on a weekday. And I was like, this is the best thing ever.
The best thing it could. To be fair, it only goes downhill from there.
Yeah. But I know I went to one at some point, but I can't think of what it was or what it would have been. Because it wasn't X3. It wasn't X2.
Do you think it was that long ago?
It wasn't recent.
I could have sworn you went to a Star Wars one that night. Like you and Cody. Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't Star Wars. I thought it was something though. 'Cause you told me about it, but I don't remember what it was either.
I don't know.
But I don't think I ever.
Yeah, because lately, like the last few years, I've worked Friday mornings. And I work Thursday nights and Friday mornings. So like there's no way I'm gonna go. I mean, I could go to a midnight showing because I'm up till like 3 a.m. anyway. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't do it, but I'm like I'm old now.
Endgame wasn't at night, was it?
No. Well, it might have been like an evening show, but it wasn't like a midnight show
Wasn't
or
it?
anything
Okay.
like that. No. I want to say it might have been like a 5 or 6 p.m. type thing.
I was about to say. I was like, wait, was it a midnight showing?
Because I've gone to early showings of movies lately. Like we went and saw Sonic like 11 o'clock or something in the morning, or like 11 o'clock or noon or 1, and I went and had breakfast first. It was great.
Cheap, baby.
Yeah, that's the thing. I love the cheap movie times because I'm a cheap bastard.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
And I've got 2 free tickets saved up in my movie club thing. I'm using them for Spider-Man and The Matrix.
Oh yeah, that's right. You didn't do it for Eternals, did you?
Nope, I forgot.
Yeah.
And I was going to do it. I went and saw a movie just this past Friday, like 2 days ago. My buddy Eric, we went and saw an anime movie.
Oh, okay.
And I was trying to figure out how to do the thing. And then he was like, I bought your ticket. And I was like, oh, fuck. Okay, well, save me a ticket. Thank you.
There
like,
you
okay.
go. There you go.
But at that movie, there were no previews. We walked in that theater at 7:05. We're like, oh, we got previews. I wonder what they're going to be. The movie had started. And we were both like, "Ooh, this preview looks cool. Oh, I think this is the fucking show."
This looks exactly like the movie we're coming to see.
We went in and sat down and we're like, "Oh, this started." And like people came in like 15 minutes after us, probably expecting Leo to have a buffer of previews, and they were like, "Oh, it started." And they sat right in front of us, and I'm like, "You idiots!"
See, missing Knuckles every time, every goddamn time.
I didn't miss him.
I don't think I've watched it since. Have I?
We watched it for the podcast.
Oh, that wasn't the same.
Sonic?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when we went and saw it, I think you went to the concession stand or something.
No, I'm saying I haven't watched the movie since we watched it.
In the theater?
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched it for the podcast.
That wasn't the theater?
I don't think so. No. That was just to enjoy it.
You're right.
Because we hadn't started the podcast yet, because that was pre-lockdown. That was the last movie we saw before lockdown.
We did. You're right.
Yeah.
You are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
So I have seen it. No, I think I got up that time too. I don't think Knuckles is in this shit.
You can't miss him in the next one, hopefully.
Hopefully not.
It's supposed to be important.
Who's the guy? Is it Idris?
Yeah, Idris Elba's going to be Knuckles.
Yeah. That's fair.
I kind of wonder who's going to be Tails. Because we've got two good people so far, with Idris Elba and Jean-Ralphio. It's Knuckles and Sonic, so I hope they get somebody cool to be Tails.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know who I could pick.
Kevin Michael Richardson. Come on, you know what it is.
This Tails? Yeah.
You know the deal.
God.
Podcast favorite. Let's go.
I mean, yes. Yes.
Fair. But either way, I guess we should get started on the movie.
Yeah, there's a movie or somewhere.
Somewhere. There's movies. We've talked about movies the whole entire time. So we're
Just not this one.
We're on brand. I guess we should do like an intro or some sorts. Stay tuned for our sponsors. Thank you for listening. We definitely appreciate it. Make sure you follow us at Slushie Review on Twitter at Slushie Review. You can also check us out on YouTube. Just search Slushie Review. We pop up. We're the first result. And then check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And also, coming soon, Instagram. Follow us on IG.
The Gram.
At Slushie Review Podcast.
Yes.
We just started it. Need some followers. Need some likes. All right. Welcome back to Slushie Review again. Before we get started, actually, slushies today are brought to you by Berry Cherry. Sorry, I was trying to extend what I was saying because I forgot what fucking flavor it was. But Berry Cherry.
Delicious.
Pretty delicious. Pretty potent.
Very red.
Very red. Don't get this on your mother's white couch because it will stain. Also, if this is your first time listening, welcome. We got a few new subscribers.
Hey.
So we appreciate you. Thank you for following us on the tweets. Also, thank you for following us on YouTube. Search for us, like I said before, in our sponsor ad, whatever it's called. YouTube, Slushie Review. Search for us, follow us, like us.
Search for the channel.
Same.
Yeah. It'll definitely show up that way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Either way, with that being said, let's get to the cast of X-Men 2000. Brought to you by young Chris.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay. All right. X-Men cast. Here we go. Mm-hmm. You know him. We love him. Hugh Jackman, Logan / Wolverine. Buckle up, baby, because he's going to be around for a while in these movies. He is in
Till he dies.
So many of them. They have to kill his character off to get him out of these movies.
He's not in 2 of the movies.
Between like every X-Men movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He is not in Apocalypse.
Yep. Or Dark Phoenix.
I'm assuming he's not in Dark Phoenix. Yeah.
Because he's in Days of Future Past and he's in
First Class.
Yeah.
Yep. Just 2 movies.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
And he even got like 3 of his own, so.
Yeah. He's better be in those.
Yeah. I don't think he's in them. But it's Hugh Jackman. You gotta love him. And if you don't, you're probably wrong, because I think he's great.
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart as Professor Charles Wheels Xavier. Ian McKellen as Eric Lensher / Magneto. He was great.
Yes.
Famke Janssen as Jean Grey / Phoenix, but we don't know that yet. James Marsden as Scott Summers / Cyclops / the Donut Lord from Sonic the Hedgehog. Sunglasses at Night, Cyclops. Next up, Halle Berry as Aurora Monroe, Storm, great. Anna Paquin as Rogue / Marie. I don't remember her last name. I don't even think they said it.
Yeah, I don't think they said it.
Yeah. Tyler Mane is Sabretooth. Ray Park, podcast favorite, is Toad. You know him as Toad and Darth Maul, and was it Sub-Zero's stunt double in our Mortal Kombat Annihilation?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
We like him around here.
He's been in some movies.
We like him around here.
Listen, you need a stunt man. Ray Parker's up.
Yes.
So
next up, Rebecca Romaine as Mystique, or Rebecca Romaine Stamos at the time.
no more Gould.
No Gould. Next up, Bruce Davison as Senator Robert Kelly. Not important.
Come on, get to him.
Where is he?
You need to say it?
I'm looking. Sean Ashmore as Bobby Drake / Iceman. Someone who will not be returning in this role, Kitty Pryde / Shadowcat, Sumila K, will be replaced by, oh shit, I can't think of their name now.
Elliot.
Yes, Elliot Page, yes.
He just dropped the thirst trap the other day.
What?
No, you didn't see it?
Oh, no, I think I did. Like,
yeah.
He has, like, abs?
I was like, good for him.
Yeah, why not?
He looks good.
I'll never have him, so.
Listen.
Also, I'm not out here trying, so.
That's fair.
I eat a lot of candy. What can I say? We got, finally,
here it is. That's what I've been waiting on.
Adam Robitel, Guy in Line. No, it's...
God damn it.
It is Stan Lee. You know him and love him. May he rest in peace as the hot dog vendor in the background on the beach. Great.
I love it.
That is everyone important to me in this movie.
Facts.
Because there's a lot of police officers, men at beach, soldiers, Canadians, students, and none of them are cool ex-wrestlers or other people that I've heard of, that I'm aware of. So,
Facts.
That is the cast of X-Men. I'm going to put it back on Keith for the plot of X-Men.
All right. Plot it up. Let's see. X-Men. There's a lot. There's not really a lot. It's actually a really simple story. Humans are the villain every time. It never fails. Humans are the villain. And as a human, as a villain speaking, I'm somewhat of a villain myself.
Ooh, but you're not a super one.
I'm not a super villain. Presentation. I like that. Just doing like 3 other movies in there.
Yep.
I like that. So basically, X-Men are mutants. Well, I guess mutants are mutants, but the movie X-Men they're about mutants not being accepted in today's society. Humans have found out there are mutants who have different powers of whatever kind, and the humans want them to come out of hiding and register themselves as mutants. We start this movie off with a young child, Eric Lensher, aka Magneto, being in Auschwitz, and they show the splitting up of the family. They show them herding them into different. If my history is correct, I believe they herd them by. I think they just divide them. If they're families, they divide them no matter what because they want to keep them, I guess, demotivated from trying to save their family. And then obviously this goes into, historical real life where they kill people. But obviously they didn't show it in this movie. But we see that once he gets separated from his family, he's so upset and he starts bending the metal gate that's in front of him somehow, some way. Hold on one second. Okay, then after that, we go forward in time to a hearing of, again, the humans want the mutants to identify themselves, kind of like what happened in Auschwitz, because I think in Auschwitz they put the numbers on their arm.
Yeah, they tattooed people and they had them wear like a Star of David patch on their outfits.
Right. So Magneto, who is an adult now, he thinks that humans are bad, and Professor X, Xavier, he thinks humans can be redeemed, and basically they're on opposing sides. We introduce all the X-Men, who are basically all the famous X-Men, including Storm and Wolverine and Jean Grey and Scott.
Come along, afterthought.
I didn't know how to say that. I was like, this is going to sound bad.
Scott.
Fuck it.
This guy.
Come on, Last Stand. Hurry up. Get this guy out of here. Basically, Magneto thinks that there's a war coming between mutants versus humans, and he wants to get ahead of the game. Magneto comes up with a device to turn humans into mutants. He thinks it was successful. It actually is not. It actually kills the people that it happens to, the humans, which I'm pretty sure he'd be okay with that too.
Yeah.
To be fair, he would have been totally fine with that.
I don't know. Because he likes mutants. Because once they're mutated, he probably would have been bummed. But he did not care that once they told him that Senator Kelly.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
But he also hated mutants before, so yeah.
Wait, who?
The senator.
No, I'm talking about Magneto.
Yeah, when they told him that he died, he didn't seem bothered by it.
Because he was human.
Yeah.
Like
originally.
I think he'd be fine. He'd be like, well, if they die, they die.
Yeah.
Because
he likes like full on normal mutants.
Yeah, he's cool with them.
They're his brother.
There's people. Yeah, because he calls them brother.
Yep.
Even when he talks to X-Men, he's like, hey, brothers.
Hey, brother.
Yeah. Gotta find this Hermano guy.
Hey, brother.
He's here?
I'm gonna find this Hermano guy and I'm gonna kill him.
And the whole thing is Magneto's looking for a certain mutant. Everybody thinks it's Wolverine, but he's looking for Rogue to help transfer his powers so that he can start this machine up and turn all of New York into mutants or / kill them, which is, again, he's fine with killing the humans. He's totally fine with that. And then, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the whole thing of this whole thing. Honestly, all three of them are about humans not liking mutants and wanting mutants to either turn back to normal or die or register. Either way. Any of those options are fine. Just don't be a mutant.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll get into it, but there's also a larger point of civil rights, LGBTQ people.
Oh, we were gonna get into it.
Trans rights. All X-Men are I know that the entire comic was basically because of civil rights.
Yeah, they were like an allegory for racism.
Right. And which it's still is.
Yeah.
And also, it's turned into, like I said, LGBT and trans rights. So
the X-Men comics are. I haven't read an X-Men comic in a long time. I'm on Reddit, which is either a magical place or a fucking terrible place, depending on the day and the time. I'm on a Reddit called Awful Everything, and it's usually people just like posting other people's stupidity. And someone was like, "Hey, what X-Men comics can I read if I'm not into all this quote woke bullshit?" Where like characters, there's like gay weddings. This is them posting like there's gay weddings, and everyone's like talking about like equal rights and this and that. And someone's like, "Hey, are you aware of what the X-Men are?
Have you seen an
X-Men? Have you read an X-Men comic ever?" Because like they're all about like people don't like us how we are, but this is who we are, and fuck them if they don't like us.
Facts.
And this person was like, "Oh, I don't want any of that." I was like, "So you don't want the X-Men?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're a piece of garbage. Not to say that you're a piece of garbage if you don't like the X-Men, but if that's the reason you don't like the X-Men, then you're a piece of garbage. If you're like, I don't like the X-Men because I prefer, I don't know, like the Avengers, or I prefer Batman or something else, like, for one, you're wrong, because the X-Men have always been fucking cool.
You're a piece of garbage.
You're still a piece of garbage. So you're wrong anyway.
If you don't like the X-Men, you are garbage.
You're trash.
You're trash, Brock.
There it is. I'm going to put some dirt in your eye.
Oh man, it can't be 2 weeks soon enough. I gotta fucking see this movie.
Honestly,
it's just too much.
We made it this far. We can make it.
Can I?
We're gonna see it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, listen, November went by so fucking quick.
It really did.
But honestly, December's fucking dragging.
Yes.
I don't know. It's only the 5th.
Because now it's so close.
Same.
But it's also so far.
So far away. I agree. But yeah, so that's the plot. Plain and simple. Let's get into some likes.
Let's do it.
I'll let you go first.
Okay. Well, you and I both wrote it down well before it happened, so let's just get it out of the way right now.
Okay.
Stan Lee cameo.
Stan Lee, yeah.
Not Dog Guy.
Absolutely.
Why not?
Knew it was coming.
It was like I don't know if he was in Howard the Duck, but this is, as far as I know, the first documented Stan Lee cameo in a Marvel property movie.
Because he was not in Blade.
Because, yeah, he wasn't in Blade, and he was him private. Like, I'm pretty sure he was in Mallrats before this. He was himself. He wasn't like a cameo. So this is the first, like, as far as I'm aware, the first documented Stan Lee cameo in a Marvel movie property, and I'm here for it.
Facts.
Because I love it every time.
Every single time. It doesn't get old.
No.
It doesn't get old.
It occasionally gets sad, but it doesn't get old.
It will get sad.
It's already sad for me.
Well, yeah,
like, I still like seeing it.
We've already been there.
I still like seeing it.
I'm excited to do a Stan Lee cameo for the new Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I want to see. I mean, I can't wait. Just to even talk about it. I'm like, ooh, he should have been here.
Yes.
It's good times.
I listened to that. Was that Black Widow? Or no, that was Shang-Chi.
Oh, where?
Was it Shang-Chi or Black Widow where I was like, let me propose the, like, pick your Stan Lee cameo in the movie segment. Was it Black Widow?
I don't know.
I feel like it was.
It was one of them, though.
I feel like it was Black Widow because we saw that one first.
Was it Black Widow? I don't know. Let me look. I'm looking right now. No? Mm-mm.
Was it Shang-Chi?
Had to have been. Because, yeah, it's not even... I don't see anything about Stan Lee in any of it. Yeah, Shang-Chi. Because it was the bus driver thing.
Yes.
The only place... Black Widow. Haven't seen it since we saw it. Don't think I'll watch it again.
I've seen it since then.
I would say when Yelena's talking about her being a poser, he could have been the shop clerk.
He could have.
Even though it was a different language. I don't know if he spoke.
I don't think he had any lines.
But it doesn't matter. He could have spoke.
Yeah.
Stanley is just Stanley.
You can say that would have been great, or he could have been like any number of people in their yards in Ohio.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
When they were playing.
Yeah.
The Stanley like walking a dog or something. Oh,
or
great.
watering his plants.
Been walking the astronaut dog. Fucking
Cosmo.
amazing.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
They're fucking great. That'd be great. Good times.
Yes.
So, okay,
Black Widow. First one, Stan Lee cameo. It's not the first thing I wrote, but it's the first thing I'm putting out because I know we both have it.
Fair.
It's like Marvel movie bingo. In center square is the freebie spot is Stan Lee cameo.
I love it. I love it. Let's see. My first the Magneto Holocaust scene.
Same. That's the first thing I wrote down.
Yeah, first thing I wrote down. It's introducing realism into the comic book movie that you can't even get away with. It's not like, speaking of Black Widow, it's not like, they were just living a regular life and their dad had superpowers and we didn't even know. Like, okay, yeah, you introduce a little realism. 4th of July, fireworks, Ohio. Okay, yeah, fair. That's fair.
Ranch dressing.
Yeah, right. Ranch dressing. This was like real. Like, well, that really happened, and that was really fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay, we are in it.
Yeah.
Good. Fuck. It just. And I was 13 at the time this came out. Definitely saw it in theaters. I don't know if I knew about the Holocaust. I'm sure I knew about it, but I don't know how much I knew about it.
Yeah, same. Because I was even younger than you, a couple years younger than you. So when this movie came out, if you were 13, or it came on
2000.
Yeah, I was 11.
Yeah, so I don't know how much I knew about it, but
I was 12 still.
I knew about it. And I was like, oh,
it's like I had learned about it in school, but they don't teach you everything in school.
Facts. Nowadays, they're saying they're teaching stuff in school that they actually aren't. Hey, whatever. It's a different story.
Heyo.
Kind of goes along with this, but hey, let's not talk about it.
A lot of it.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my first
Same. It was good. It was a good scene, and it explains a lot about why he is the way that he is. It's not like, hey, it's justified. It's just like, here's the reason why.
Yeah. And to be fair, I don't know why I wrote it separate, but it comes back up in First Class, and I thought it was fucking amazing. The whole First Class thing was just holy shit. Because that even Kevin Bacon as a Nazi, and he wasn't even really a Nazi actually. Like he was like a co-conspirator, but like he was his own thing. Like
because he was just looking for mutants, wasn't he?
Was he looking for mutants? I think so. Something like that. I don't remember. I'd have to watch it again. I haven't seen it in a while.
We'll get there.
That's
because same. I haven't seen it in a minute either. And I'm looking forward to watching more.
The fact that they've come up on Disney Plus, I'm like, okay, Keith, don't watch it. Don't watch it.
Don't watch them all in a day.
Save it for the podcast. So yeah, that's my first like. So
yeah, same. I agree. That was a good scene.
That was good.
Like it's tough. It's a tough thing, like because it's a movie, so there's a little like it's not real, but the Holocaust was real
as it can get.
And this is an instance where they do things that I enjoy, and things that's like historical fiction type thing, where like they just take fictional characters and insert like fantastical elements into like real world stuff.
Yep. And
this was like his first taste of like, oh, they don't like me just because I'm different than them. Hope this doesn't come up again in life. Turns out it never goes away in life. So, yeah, I thought it was a good scene. It's like kind of tough to deal with, and it, like I said, it helps explain why he is the way he is. It doesn't excuse anything, but it like explains it, and I liked it.
Same. Agreed.
So that will lead right into my next Magneto in general.
Fair.
I think he's good. I like it.
I do think he's great.
I like Ian McKellen as Magneto. For one, I think he's good at it. Side note, I think Ian McKellen would have made a great Dark Lord of the Sith in a Star Wars movie. He would have been good at it. Like, not that Christopher Lee was bad, but like if you could have had both of them in there, that would have been great. Dooku?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to think. I do like Dooku, though.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, same. So I'm not saying get rid of him, but like just add another one. Because I think Ian McKellen would have killed it as a Sith Lord.
He would have been good. Opposite. He would have been good when Max von Sydow in number 7.
Force Awakens.
When he gives whatever to Poe. He would have been good there too.
Yeah.
He'd have been a good Jedi Master.
He would have been good in either instance, like a Jedi or a Sith, yeah.
An old wise white guy? Come on.
In space?
Come on, in space. Forget about it. I would have loved it though.
Yeah.
Man, now that you say it.
Yeah, I just like Ian McKellen. I thought he was good in the Lord of the Rings movies. I thought he was good in these. I know you didn't care for Lord of the Rings movies, but he was good in them. I enjoyed him in them, and I love him in these.
Well, to be fair, it's not that I don't like the movies. Mm-hmm. I saw half of one movie, and I was like, I'm out.
And that was enough to turn you off of the rest of them. Because if you saw half of one of them and didn't like it, you're not going to like the rest of them. To be fair.
I will not.
So, yeah. So I thought he was good. I like Magneto as a character. He is dangerous. He is willing to do almost anything to achieve his ends, except put himself in the fucking machine. Because I like that also. When Wolverine's like, you're so full of shit. If you're so high and mighty, it'd be you in that thing instead of that kid, instead of Rogue. And he just kind of looks at him like, yeah, you're not wrong. I'm gonna go do this to her anyway. Like I'm not taking her out of this machine, but you're right, and I know it. But I'm doing things my way.
I get it.
I guess I like that he's clearly the villain, but in his mind, he is not the villain. He is Charles Xavier, but willing to get his hands dirty for his cause. Where Charles is all about like, everyone deserves to live.
Yes.
Magneto's like, if you don't think I deserve to live, why should you deserve to live?
Mm-hmm.
And he's very much in that mindset of like, you know what? If you don't like me, I don't like you. And why should I like you if you don't like me? And there's been who hasn't had that thought every now and then? Not necessarily saying like I want to wipe out everybody who doesn't like me. If you don't like me, why should I give a shit what you think about me and like you try to be nice to you?
Fair.
He takes it a step further. He takes it several steps further. but like he had some good scenes in the movie when he held all those fucking cops at gunpoint with their own guns. Great. When he threw their fucking cruisers up in the air on top of their other cars. Great. The plastic jail that they had him in, amazing.
Can't wait to the next one.
Oh yes, I say it's only going to be better in the second one. The chess match with him and Charles, love it because we see it. It comes back, and I enjoy it when it comes back. Just the two old friends because they are friends.
They are friends.
They've known each other forever. And Charles is like, you're my friend. You're just like going down the wrong path, and I think we can get together at some point, and we can get things going the right way. And Magneto's like, I don't think I need you, Charles. I'm doing what it takes to get it done. And I just think he's cool. I think he's a good bad guy.
I agree. 100%. Magneto's great. Everything you said, I agree with.
His powers are fucking sweet, too.
Yeah, the metal, easily great. Like, because everything's metal. So, like, come on.
They have to invent plastic guns in a third one to deal with them.
Hilarious.
Great. And it doesn't stop Wolverine from stepping up to him every fucking chance he gets. Because he's like, whatever, I'll get fucked up again.
I love it. I think it's the third one. He's like, I can sense you from a mile away. And I'm like, ooh, all that adamantium, baby.
And then Beast sneaks up on his ass. Hits him with the darts.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Hits him with the jarts and cures him. But we'll get there.
A little normie.
We'll get there. Two
things, maybe three. I don't know about Magneto. One, I was looking on IMDb for this quote because I knew it had to be here, and this is gonna go into the second one, which goes into like the all-around theme of X-Men. I'm gonna read it. But Rogue goes, "Are you gonna kill me?" He goes, "Yes."
Yes.
And he's like, "Why?" He said, "Because there's no land of tolerance." I'm sorry. Let me start from the beginning. He's like, they're looking at the Statue of Liberty, and he goes, "Magnificent, isn't she?" She's like, "I've seen it." He says, "I saw her in 1949. America was going to be the land of tolerance, peace." And he's like, "Are you going to kill me?" "Yes." "Why?" "Because there is no land of tolerance. There is no peace. Not here or anywhere else." And the one line I wanted to hear, he goes, "Whole families destroyed simply because they were born different from those in power." And to me, I'm like, yes, that's literally the story of America, slavery, civil rights, Jim Crow, LGBTQ, trans. It's literally because the people in power think they're normal, and because you don't look or act or identify like I do, I'm gonna put my boot on your neck.
Yeah.
And tough. Secondly, I always was told that this is a metaphor for Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Have you ever heard that before? You have?
But like Magneto specifically?
Magneto and Charles Xavier. They are the, I don't know, allegory or whatever for them. So
yeah, I could see that.
Magneto is Malcolm X.
Yeah, because he's like the militant, get shit done no matter what.
Well, his famous quote, "By any means necessary." Magneto says that in this one. He's like, we gotta do it by any means necessary. And he says that. And then he goes, and then when he holds a gun to the cop's head and he shoots it and he stops the bullet from killing the cop, he goes, "Still don't want to sacrifice anything." And I'm like, man, I love X-Men. It's great.
Yeah, and it's like, I can't stop them all.
Which he could.
No, he definitely
I'm
could.
like,
definitely could. He wouldn't, though.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't believe he couldn't stop it all.
He lifts the Golden Gate Bridge.
Not
a good portion of it. He lifts a good portion of the Golden Gate Bridge.
He lifts the submarine out of the water in the first class, okay? And like 8 other ships. Like,
yeah. He could, like,
but he couldn't stop that bullet from killing.
Comic book speaking, he could destroy the Earth. Like, he could, like, throw the magnetic polarity of the Earth out of whack and destroy the planet if he wanted to. He is super powerful. Do it. Like, he could have stopped his bullets. He just didn't want to. He didn't care.
No, that's fair.
But yeah, I like Magneto. I think he's a fucking cool character.
Yeah, same.
I don't think he's a good person, but I think he's a cool villain.
I don't necessarily think he's bad. I get it.
Like 100% bad?
No, I don't think he's bad really at all.
That's fair.
Because the reasons why he's doing these things is, again, because this is a metaphor for all those other injustices. The one thing I heard, I never thought this myself until I heard it. And now that's all I ever think about when anybody pisses me off. Is it says, it's crazy that after slavery, black people only wanted equality. Thank God they don't want revenge. And I'm like, okay. Whoever said it had a point. And I was like, I never thought about it that way. I feel like people should think about it that way. Because then you have people like Magneto who can exact revenge.
He definitely thinks that mutants are better than humans. He calls them homo superior.
Yeah.
At a certain point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
And also, they have fucking superpowers. They are cooler than us. They're way cooler than humans.
Listen. Fuck it. I'm going to say it. Here's the thing. Speaking about what I just spoke about, same. Have you seen the NBA and the NFL? Superior, dog. Let me stop. What else?
But also, let me keep going.
That's one of those superiors. What are you gonna say? But it's yep. I'm gonna stop right there. That's it. My next oh Christ! So good to talk like this again. I'm gonna go with a couple of them all in the same vein, I mean, because we can talk about these things for hours.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna save one. No, I'm gonna save them all. Characters: Wolverine, Jean Grey, Storm, Mystique, Jubilee.
Someone is conspicuously absent from that list.
Well, a couple people are.
Yeah.
They're definitely on my dislikes though.
Oh man.
So I wrote all those down. I just like Jean Grey. I don't know why I like Jean Grey. She's not necessarily great, but she's, I really do think the reason why I don't now, when I was watching it, I was like, Cyclops hasn't really done anything wrong to me, but I don't like him. I think it's because of Wolverine. Everybody likes Wolverine
Because he's cooler. He's like edgier.
Same. And he hates Scott.
Yeah.
So I hate Scott.
For what reason? Because he's
a dick.
Yeah.
Fair. But what did he really do that made him a dick?
Nothing. He's with Jean.
And another reason why you like Jean is Wolverine likes Jean. So, ipso facto, I like Jean.
I don't really care about Jean that much.
That's what I'm saying. She's not really that great. But I like her, I think, because Wolverine likes her.
That's fair.
So, I'm cool with that.
Okay. Okay.
So, Wolverine, Jean Grey, Storm, it's Halle Berry, but it's Storm, and it's also Halle Berry.
It's both of those, yes.
Jubilee, that little blink and you miss her. But I remember when I first saw this movie, I knew that was Jubilee right away.
Of course.
How could you not?
Of course. She got the yellow jacket, the sunglasses, the pink sunglasses. That's it.
She honestly was like one of the only people who were in like their comic book accurate outfit.
I'm pretty sure they only make her look more like that in the next time you see her.
Yeah.
And it's another like little cameo thing.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm like, this is great.
Also, I'll throw in another cameo, Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat.
I didn't know that was her. Because last time I seen this movie, I probably didn't watch it with caption or something. And I never knew he said her name. And I really didn't know who she was until Elliot Page played her in The Last Stand. So I didn't know that was her in the beginning, like the episode, like this episode or episode 1 in X-Men. But then The Last Stand and Days of Future Past, I was like, oh, okay. And then when I just saw it, I was like, because before he even said anything, I feel like you said something. And then I was like, hey, this girl walks through walls.
Yeah,
I was like,
the senator says it. He's like, there's a girl in, I think he says Illinois or whatever, that can walk through walls.
Yeah.
What's stopping her from walking into a bank or into your home?
Still didn't.
I was like, this dude's stirring some shit up.
Still didn't click, right? Yeah. So I didn't click for me, at least. And then
I forgot that she was in it also because I was like, oh, it's a Shadowcat reference. Got it, cool. I forgot that she was in the thing.
Well, this was the first time I ever knew that was Kitty Pryde. I didn't even know before now. So I was like, when we were watching it, when the scene was happening, I was like, hey, this girl walks through walls. I was like, I wonder if, and as soon as it clicked, he goes, all right, Kitty. And I was like, okay. I was like, oh, that's the same. And I had no idea. I had no clue. So I didn't write it down because I was fucking shocked. I was too shocked to write. I was too stunned to speak. But and then Mystique. I love Mystique.
Yeah.
She is a beast. Just like the Beast.
I mean, they are both blue.
I've never hated Mystique.
No?
There was no reason to.
That's fair.
Honestly, to me, Magneto isn't a villain. He's a sympathetic character. Mystique is kind of the same way, in my opinion. And she only loves Magneto. And I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
In the later movies, they kind of make her into like a crybaby.
In the
like first class
movies. Yeah, I don't like her as much in the First Class because for one, she's a villain. Like her character, like she is a villain character, and in the First Class ones, they're like, oh no, she's a founding member of the X-Men. I was like, I don't care about that. I know not everything is the way it is because half of those characters weren't the fucking founding members of the X-Men. But I was like, she is like a straight up villain. in the comics. Like not always straight up villain. Like everybody crosses over a line at some point. But I was like, they're doing too much with her in those ones for me to really care.
And it was just because it's Jennifer Lawrence, and I get it, but she just didn't. I'm trying to think. The people who made those movies great were, I can't think of his name, but Professor X and Magneto.
Michael Fassbender was Magneto. And
James
McAvoy,
James McAvoy.
My favorite James McAvoy.
In the bullet. You still haven't seen that, have you?
Nope.
Oh man. I'm gonna talk it up like Mars Attacks. Yeah. It's better. It's better than Mars Attacks.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
I hope so.
It's a low bar, but it's better. It's like saying it's better than Phantom Menace. It's the same difference.
But yes, I agree that Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy were like the best parts of those movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as like new parts of it, because obviously once they threw Hugh Jackman in there, I wasn't not going to like him. Yeah,
well, in First Class, those two and Wanda's brother are the only things that are good about that. But like the movie's good, but like those are like the top, the best ones. And he wasn't in First Class, was he?
No,
he was in the next one. So. Yeah, because Kevin Bacon was in it. So really, to me personally, it was just those two, and then the villains.
Yeah, because Beast was in there. I didn't care about him as much.
No, he was annoying.
He wasn't as good to me.
Yeah, he was super annoying.
Because they did show the part where, like, he was human.
Yeah.
And then he tried to cure his mutation and turn himself blue.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, he was also basically like the Hulk, and there's like, and turns into a blue. He was like that all the time.
In the comics?
Yeah. Because at first he was just a dude with big hands and feet. And then he tried to cure his mutation and turn into a blue animal man, and he got way cooler.
Fair. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think the villains were better. The one little shadow, the devil dude, he was sweet.
Oh, Azazel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was his name. And then the chick with the wings, she was sweet, but I just like the way she looks because, whatever.
Angel.
I think that was her name.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was them two again. Then it was Wanda's brother, Pietro.
And you got Sentinels.
Yeah.
Which looks so good.
They did. But they look better in Days of Future Past.
Yes. Oh, yeah, the old Sentinels. Yes. And then
No, they were still the new ones.
Well, yeah, because they had you had both of them in that one. There was like the future ones that were like the sleek ones. I like the old looking ones.
Yeah, I like the old ones
way
better.
Cooler.
So much better.
Had like the big air vent in their chest. Looks fucking sweet. And then you had Apocalypse, but we won't talk about him.
Yeah. And then in Apocalypse, again, what made those good were those two again. And they teamed up with Pietro, and the Four Horsemen were so much better. Like, you had Storm, you had Archangel, you had
Psylocke.
Psylocke.
And Magneto was one of them. Yeah.
So I'm like, Mystique who? She didn't need to be involved. But either way, I get it.
Yeah.
So, but those are my likes as far as characters. So I just wanted to name, because there was like 5 of them. Like I said, we could spend like an hour on each person.
Yes, and I'll agree. Storm, great. Charles, great. Wolverine, come on. He's going to get talked about in all these movies.
Facts.
So he's a like, for sure. Cage fighting Wolverine was great.
So good.
He was so good.
Fair.
The big fucking cigars. Amazing.
Yeah, basically. He lumberjack.
He was great.
I feel like he had on some plaid at some point.
Yeah.
Easy.
And I have to throw one in there for Megan, my fiance. She loves Rogue, and she loves Anna Paquin, who plays Rogue. I think Rogue's a cool character.
Facts.
Obviously, she couldn't, if they were introducing her in this movie and in these movies, she couldn't be the Rogue that we know from like the 90s cartoons and shit, who could fly and who was always being able to fly and was super strong. Because she didn't have that yet. Because she gets that from like a prolonged encounter with, I forget if she goes by Captain Marvel at the time or Ms. Marvel at the time. But yeah, like she gets permanent flight and strength from her.
Sure.
Plus her ability to like fucking drain people.
Sure.
Which is awesome. But I didn't think she was bad in this one, at least, especially in this one. Actually, I like her in the next one too. The only one I kind of fall off on her is in X3 because she doesn't do much, and she's like, oh, I might go get that cure, and then she gets cured, and they're like, was it worth it? But it's easy to say when your power is like you can make fucking blizzards and tornadoes and hit people with lightning versus you can never, ever, ever touch anyone or they might die. Like, some of these people's powers are fucking ridiculous.
I agree.
And, like, you wouldn't want that. You would never wish that on anybody, probably. Like, because some of the people have, like, weird... They, like, make you look crazy. Or they... Not crazy, but, like, they kind of disfigure you or, like, make you into, like, an... Like, only partially looking human person. And so, like, it's easy to say, like, oh, my power's cool. I can shoot. Oh, I have to wear sunglasses all the time. It's so hard. Or, oh, I can make ice. Oh, that's so difficult. It's like I can never be physically intimate with anyone. I can't go out into society with the way that I look. But you're fine because you just wear red sunglasses at night and during the day, and you just
I would not mind having her powers.
Her Rogue's powers? Mm-hmm. If I could turn them off and on, that'd be great.
Man, see, that's the thing. I always think about, like, man, what if that happened to me? I'd be a murderer. I'd be killing people left and right. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, I would.
On purpose?
Yes.
Okay.
100%. Yes. I'd be like, you cut me off in traffic?
I don't know if I'd want hers, though.
I wouldn't want it, but if I had it, I'd be a murderer. I know, and that's the thing. I don't... Here's the thing. I feel like I'm a good guy. I feel like I try to be good. I feel like there's certain things that I'll be like, no, I wouldn't be good anymore.
They say, well, power corrupts.
Absolutely. I'm going to be corrupted as shit. That's why I'm telling you, that's why I'm not a billionaire. Not because I don't want to be. I do. But if I was, I think I'd be trash. That'd be a trash.
Would you be building like space jets and charging celebrities outrageous amounts of money to fly into space on your jets that probably work?
Yes. Yep. 100%. Yep. Like, oh, you can donate this. No, I'm not. Donate to who? Get out of here, you pores.
Hide your wallets.
I mean, exactly.
There's poor people around.
But that's the thing. I'm happy I'm not. That's why I feel like I'm good. And I feel like...
Because you have to be.
Yes.
Well, you don't have to be,
but my thing is, I will say, because I am where I am, or I was where I was, guess what? I'm going to be good if I ever made $1 billion. If that wasn't the case...
Right.
So I never... When people are like, oh, this person should have empathy, I'm like, man, I get why it's hard for some people. Because I never had to think about it. If I never had to think about poor people... okay, get out of here. Like, I don't care.
Except for the ones that work for me.
Keep them poor. Right.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
I'm happy I'm not that person.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would be a good person. And that's just me being realistic. I'm not even saying like I want to be.
I like to think I would be like a Scrooge McDuck type individual who's like rich as shit and just goes on like wacky adventures.
See, every time I think of Scrooge McDuck, I think of the DuckTales Christmas Story.
Yes.
Where he plays Old Man Hatchet or whatever the fuck.
He's Scrooge. He is Scrooge.
Oh, yeah.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Ebenezer Scrooge. Yeah. That's all I think about.
Yeah.
So when you said wacky adventure, I'm like, pretty sure he didn't like poor people.
No,
but
Mickey's Christmas Carol, he is like
yes,
Scrooge. Ebenezer Scrooge, he's a rich old bastard who doesn't give money to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But in DuckTales, he goes on wacky adventures and has all kinds of fun and swims in piles of money.
It's fun. I like Christmas Carol. I like the story Christmas Carol. I don't like when people play it, but give me Jim Carrey as Scrooge.
How do you feel about the Muppet Christmas Carol?
I think I seen it once, but I don't remember it. Because who's Scrooge in that one?
Some dude. It's like an actual human being, and the rest, I think, like all the spirits are puppets and shit. And Kermit is Bob Cratchit.
Yeah. So I just like the Mickey's Christmas Carol because Goofy comes back as, I think he's a ghost.
He's Marley. He's the dead guy, and he falls down the fucking stairs.
Hilarious.
A ghost falls down the stairs.
He's just a gem.
Yeah, Goofy's it's like him and like Jiminy Cricket, I think, is one of them. Or no, he's like the one who tells them that the spirits are coming.
Yeah, I think he's like the storyteller.
Goofy's the one that tells them the spirits are coming. Because like Jiminy Cricket's one of them, I think. The other one's like the big giant dude who shows them the
The tombstone.
And then there's the one that's like death. It's like Pete smoking a cigar in a fucking black hood that shows him his tombstone.
Yeah.
He's like, whose grave is that? Why, it's yours, Ebenezer. And it's like, oh shit.
I like that. So when you said Scrooge, that's what I thought. Immediately, that's the only thing.
I'm pretty sure that's who he's named after.
Yeah,
because he's a rich old bastard.
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
But yeah, I'd like to think that I'd be a benevolent rich person traveling the world looking for more treasure and hopefully not dying on my adventures. But I'd probably just be a rich piece of shit who lives in a big house and wants to be left alone.
Yeah, same.
And just like has my friends over to watch movies and play video games and has a front row seat at every fucking WrestleMania until the end of time.
There it is.
Or at least
see, you want what you want.
I do want what
how
I
you
want.
get it.
I'm never going to get what I want.
Now, how you get it, that's what turns you evil. So, all you got to do is throw a couple million at some charities. You'll be fine.
To get rich? Or
no.
Once I'm rich?
Once you're rich.
Okay.
To make you feel better about being a shitty person.
Megan and I were talking about that the other day. About like rich people donating to charities. And I was like, I feel like I would rather start my own than donate to charities that, like, are just shady. But I would never know how to start a charity.
I don't either, but
I'd like to think that I would start my own. Rather than like, oh, you like the Salvation Army, like, hates gay people and hates LGBTQ everything.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know they're terrible, but...
Yeah. So
the bells themselves are just terrible.
The bell and the Santas is like, it's a cover for the awfulness. We were talking about, I was like, I'd rather start my own charity. And I was like, it sounds good. It feels good. It felt good to say it. And it made me feel good. But in my head, I was like, I would have no idea how to do it. Because what do you do? What do you Google? I'm rich. How do I start a charity? Would anything come up? I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Starting charities are easy.
Yeah.
I think it's like 503B. You just got to file something.
Okay.
Super easy.
Shit, I just pay somebody to figure it out for me.
Exactly.
And hope that they're not corrupt.
That's the problem.
Hope that they're not morally bankrupt.
That's the issue.
'Cause I like to think that I'm not.
Because look, you have all this money and you really can't help everybody, so people just launder money. That's literally what you do.
You
with
cannot
charities.
help everybody.
No, you can't.
And that's the one thing that I would like to think that I'd be aware of, because I'm aware of it now that I can't help everybody.
Same.
In my situation, I can't help I can barely help myself.
Listen, I was about to say, I'm like, I can't even help myself.
So yeah, like if I was in Magneto's position, I'd probably be a bastard.
I like that, wrapping it back around the X-Men.
Because I mean, yeah, because like you said, he's definitely sympathetic because he went through hell.
But anybody who went through, in my opinion, slavery or the Holocaust, I get it.
Yeah,
it's like I'm evil because of this. Okay, fair. That's fair. Yeah. And actually I agree. As long as you don't hurt me.
Yeah,
I get it.
And I can be like, you shouldn't be evil. It's like, but I am. Yeah. Like, okay, well.
I didn't have to go through that, so I get it.
Like it explains it. Like I said, it explains it. It might not excuse it, but it explains it.
Yeah, it might not excuse it, but yeah, you're right. Exactly, 100%.
Yeah.
But also, sometimes it excuses it.
So, yeah.
Because you'd be like, well, because if you start seeing the same things happen,
he spent his whole life under the boot.
See.
And he wants to be the boot. He doesn't want to be the ant anymore.
Exactly.
And at a certain point.
He has his own Hawk at this point. Like, not only him, but Sabretooth.
We'll get to him.
Either way, I don't know where we were at.
I forget.
I think it's my turn.
Yeah.
I like the little nod to Wolverine's motorcycle in the back of his own trailer. I never noticed that until this time. I was like, when she was hiding.
I don't think I saw it.
Yeah, it's like right in the back of her. Okay. Like she's laying. That's why she's in the corner because.
Is that why he kept stealing Cyclops' motorcycle?
Hilarious, right? Yeah, because his blew up.
Yeah,
it makes sense. I was like, nice nod to that because I know he likes motorcycles. So that's my like. Easy peasy.
I'm out of likes that I wrote.
Okay,
least.
I got a couple more.
Well, the last one that I wrote, just X-Men. But
Fair.
We kind of already covered that. Just I think that they're fucking cool.
I agree.
And they're great. And I searched them up. I searched up X-Men on Disney Plus the other night, and like all the movies are on there. And there's like 3 different cartoons on there.
It really is.
There's the 90s one that I'm like on the first season of X-Men Evolution, which I've only seen the first season of that one. It's when they're like in high school. They're like high school versions of them, and there's other characters in it. And I was like, that looks pretty cool. I thought I'd seen it all. I've only seen like one season because apparently there's some like Captain America's in an episode because Wolverine has like a World War II flashback. I was like, I need to watch more of this. And there's like a Wolverine in the X-Men cartoons. Like that looks sweet. And like the movies and the shows and the comics. I had a ton of X-Men action figures when I was a kid. I've always thought the X-Men are fucking sweet.
Agreed.
The video games, X-Men Legends 2, amazing. Those games were great. They were like Gauntlet, but better because you had X-Men.
Facts.
They were great. I just think the X-Men are cool.
Same.
And if I ever saw one of those fucking Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters jackets that Wolverine wore in this movie in a store, I would buy it in a heartbeat. Because it's sweet and it's just like understated.
And who doesn't love a good hoodie?
And it looks so comfy. I'm wearing a hoodie right now.
Right.
The zip up with the little X patch on it, I wear that.
There it is.
Come on. But yes, the X-Men in general is a big like for me.
Okay. Well, I got a couple more.
Hit me.
Storm's accent.
Okay. I thought you didn't like it.
I did like it.
Oh, okay.
No, I thought it was great because it's her backstory. And she had it in the cartoon. I don't know if she has it in the future movies, though.
Yeah, I think she ditches it at a certain point.
No. Not Halle Berry, the young one that was on the Apocalypse. I don't know.
I don't remember having a lot of lines, but granted, I don't think I only saw that movie once or
That's
twice.
fair. She doesn't really have a lot of lines.
But doesn't she ditch the accent? Doesn't Halle Berry ditch the accent?
Absolutely.
I thought so.
This next one, she is American as can be. I'm like, Aurora? Okay.
Grew up in Egypt, born in Cairo, Egypt, worshipped as or not born in Cairo, Egypt, like grew up on the streets of Cairo, Egypt as a thief.
Now, is that her backstory?
Yes.
Okay.
I think she was born, I forget where in Africa, and then like she ends up in Cairo and is like a thief, like Aladdin style, and like once her powers develop, like she is worshipped as a goddess.
Yeah, fair.
And I was like, why wouldn't you?
Same.
And then she fucking marries the king of Wakanda at some point.
Boom.
Got her right there.
Easy peasy.
And she's a frequent leader of the X-Men.
Yeah. I like Storm's accent. So
Fair.
I wish she would have kept it because I didn't think it was bad.
No.
Actually, like honestly, I was like, that's not a bad. I don't know what it is, but it's not a bad accent. Like her accent was good. I wouldn't say it's African. For a little bit, I thought it was Jamaican, but it's something, and I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I didn't mind it either.
So there's that.
Okay.
I wrote Darth Maul vibes when he gets that bow staff.
Yes. I was gonna say Toad, but Toad is.
I don't really care about Toad, but
when he kicked the thing, the pipe out of the door, like Donatello did a little bit.
I was like, ooh.
He's just preparing for that double-bladed lightsaber in like 2 years' time, or no, like same year.
No, the year before. Phantom Menace came out in 1999.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So he was well practiced already.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing. He was an old hand with that.
He was killing it till he killed him. But.
Yeah, God.
So yeah, that was that. Rogue's hair. I thought that was great. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, okay.
She got the little stripe.
That's it. That's literally what I thought. I was like, hey. All right. Well,
Anyway.
Anywho, she could go leave now. And at the end, they did a little nod to the X-Men theme. I don't know if you could hear when he was rolling away. Xavier was. It was kind of like in the background, but like whatever instrument they were playing it on, you can kind of hear it. You kind of hear that they were doing it
When he was in the prison and they were like wheeling him out.
after they were playing chess. Yeah, but it wasn't like full on like.
Yeah.
It was like it was kind of like towards the end of this theme song, and I was like, I can hear you. I hear you over here trying to get with it. So, yeah, that's one of my likes.
Okay.
X-Men, good times.
Well,
Dislikes?
now here it comes.
You ready for some dislikes?
Let's do it.
Oh, you go.
Okay. Sabretooth.
Fair.
I didn't like him.
Why?
I thought he looked dumb.
Really?
Yeah, he had like long, weird eyebrows. I think
Okay.
part of it was like the blackout eye contact things. It just made him look I don't know, like odd. I know he's supposed to look like a fucking wild person. I got it. He's never really been a character I thought was that cool to begin with.
Fair.
So when they put him in this movie, I think the first time I saw it, I was like, oh shit, is that Edge? And then it wasn't.
So never liking him again.
And also, for one, I was disappointed that it wasn't Edge. Second of all, I just thought he looked kind of goofy because I understand they couldn't make him look the way that he looked in the comics in the show because he was like a giant motherfucker. I don't know how they would have made him look the way they would have had to have been some CGI going on.
I always thought, okay, I'm looking at a picture of him, and I remember seeing this version of him, and I was like, he looks similar to like what he looks like in this movie. Mm-hmm. But if they would have made him any more similar, it would have looked dumb.
Yeah, but I don't think he looked. I don't like the way that he looked in this one either.
Fair.
I just thought he looked. I don't know.
So this is the one I remember seeing, and
yeah, that's the one that like I grew up seeing in like a bunch of stuff, and I was like, I understand that you can't do that in the movie. If they just gave him like the similar haircut and maybe just like a big fucking fur collared coat or something, I would have been okay with it. But they gave him like the long weird eyebrows.
The eyebrows are kind of on point.
Yeah, but his are like there on his head. They weren't like curling down. He looked. I don't know. He looked like a shaggy dog almost, and I didn't dig it. Like I liked that he was the muscle for Magneto.
Yeah.
I should rephrase this. And Sabretooth's look, I didn't care for.
That's fair.
I thought he just looked like a kind of like a bummy pro wrestler.
Yeah.
And
he did. I agree with you.
And he didn't. To me, he didn't provide a lot in the movie. Like he did and he didn't. I don't know. He's never been a part of the movie that I really enjoyed.
Fair.
So it's not a big dislike, but it's like a small dislike for me at least. Is Sabretooth. I just always thought he was kind of lame. And to be fair, I had never thought his character was like, oh shit, here comes Sabretooth, coolest villain. I'm like, He's like, I think Lydia said it. She's like, oh, so he's like the lamer Wolverine. I was like, yes. Very much so. So I just didn't. I don't know. He's a character I never really cared about. I get that he's important to Wolverine's character. But the fact that in this iteration, Wolverine has amnesia and has no memory of his time in the Weapon X program and therefore has no memory of Sabretooth. It also is, I don't think it's ever brought up in this trilogy again.
Nope.
It's like, oh yeah, I killed that dude. Or like, I fought that dude. I met him. It never comes up. So, I get it. That's fine. But the fact that it's like in the same continuity, like the X-Men Origins Wolverine and like the other Wolverine movies are in like the same continuity as these. The fact that same actor doesn't matter. The fact that he it's never brought up again.
Well, I guess if you think about it, he's not ever in the movies again in this continuity.
Yeah.
He's in Wolverine's own continuity.
Yeah, that's fair.
As opposed to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they don't really bring up Wolverine's three movies. Two. Logan, if you count
Logan,
three.
yeah, because that one's like at the end, and those ones and the other two were like super prequels to these ones technically. And yeah, you're right. They don't really bring up Wolverine's never like, hey, I fought a giant fucking samurai dude in Japan once.
Yeah.
Also, I was there when the bomb came down. But yeah, he never does. He never is like, hey, got my memories back.
That's fair.
Charles, let's share some stories. What have you done in your life? Shut the fuck up. Let me tell you what I did.
Fair. So that's what
I was in the Civil War.
Yeah, because in Origins, that's his brother.
Yeah.
Now they're not brothers in the comics.
I don't
right?
think they're like. I don't think they're like related brothers in the movies. I think they're just like like a brother, like blood brothers, like we grew up together brothers. I don't know that they're actually related in any way, like blood way.
But in the
movies or in the comics, are they like born like family brothers in Origins?
I thought so.
'Cause I just remember them like doing a bunch of shit together.
Yeah, because after he killed their dad, they ran away together. And then there's like an opening shot of them running through the forest, and people are looking for them because he killed the dad. And
because Logan killed the dad. Right?
Yeah, Logan killed the dad, and then they're running together, and then that kind of like transitions into them running for the Civil War, and then Vietnam, and all that. And then
I remember the war parts.
Yeah,
like that was sweet. Like they could have made a whole movie about that.
Literally.
But I forgot that they were supposed to be actual brothers because again, that's a movie I only saw like once or twice, and it's been a long time.
And then he leaves, and then Wolverine gets amnesia, and then we don't talk about it again.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I guess it makes sense that they wouldn't bring it up again if the guy's already been dealt with.
He doesn't die in Origins.
No, I mean like in this one.
Oh yeah.
Because like he's done, like by this point, like, in the next movie he gets his memories back, but he wouldn't be like, oh hey, remember that dude that I helped throw off the fucking Statue of Liberty? Yeah, I guess it makes sense that he wouldn't bring it up again. But like Sabretooth, I just never really cared about.
And she lightning a frog. We had a funeral for a bird.
I remember that. Yeah. There was a man on fire. I had a trident.
Rick killed a guy. Yeah, same. But I hear that though. I understand.
It's not a huge dislike. But he's just a character I never really cared about. And for something that I said was a small dislike, I went on a huge tangent about it. So
fuck yeah. That's what it's for. Mm-hmm. My turn. Mm-hmm. Rogue. Mm-hmm. She's a baby.
Okay.
She's fucking annoying.
How dare you?
I don't like her whatsoever.
There, Megan, I did it.
I don't like Anna Paquin either.
No?
She's never been in a movie I cared about.
The only things I really know her from are this and True Blood.
Boom. How many vampires am I supposed to care about?
There it is. Yes. Suki. Bill Compton from True Blood.
Sad. She's a fucking crybaby, and it is because I remember her, and there's a couple things. So I'm gonna tell you all of them. One, she, from the comics, from the cartoon, she was so much better.
Oh, Rogue was a beast in the cartoon.
Literally.
Because like she was an adult.
Same.
Yeah, and she was super fucking strong and could fly and was a monster.
Then, so that's one. She was a beast. And I'm like, first off, her hair's wrong. Secondly, she's not flying. Third, she's a little bitch. Like, I was very critical of Rogue from the beginning. Even at 13, I was like, who the fuck is this chick? I'm like, that's Rogue. I'm like, no, that's not Rogue.
Who's this nerd?
That's one. Two, I'm going to speak in context of I'm grown. She's grown. I'm also going to speak in the context of when I was 13 and she played a teenager as well. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's make sure we're talking like this. Rogue was sexy as fuck to me. And she didn't do it for me. I know that's not fair. But again, I was 13. And as a 35-year-old, I still feel the same way. Because, and I get it.
How old are you, Keith?
35.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Why, what?
I was because I just looked up how old she is.
Oh, how old is she?
She's 39.
Boom. So she was older than me. She was like 18. Either way. Again, that's how they draw these characters. All women characters. Not all, but most. True. And I personally liked it. Are you gonna let me finish? Let me finish. It made me horny.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Can I finish? Hilarious.
Sorry. So,
oh, man.
So, to be fair, all I remember about Rogue is that she could fly. She was like 6'7". She was built like a brick shit house in a good way, and she was just everything. Like, I was like, yeah. And then we see this thing, and I'm like, who is this supposed to? Like, I asked so many. Like, wait, this is supposed to be Rogue, or like this is like a different version? This is like, are we in the multiverse? Because
Diet Rogue.
I hate this Rogue. I don't like her. I don't like her in any of these episodes.
That's fair.
And I'm happy they wrote her out.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I thought this Rogue was as good as like 90s cartoon Rogue or comic Rogue or Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Rogue, because she was a fucking killer.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying that she should be able to know how to fly, but at some point, she should be a fucking X-Men.
She should be able to fight.
She's never an X-Man.
Yeah, she isn't.
She doesn't do the training course when they do it.
Because I'm pretty sure he tells her, like in the next one, he's like, "You're X-Men." When it's like Wolverine, Iceman, and her, and like fucking Pyro.
Yeah,
like when
they're
because they're on
children,
the run, but they're like on the run.
She was 21 at the time.
I'm so excited to get to that part when the fucking house gets.
It's a good time.
The house gets invaded.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Oh my god,
the little brother, he's
get
a
to see.
bitch.
You get to see. Well, I'm at the X Mansion when the X Mansion gets invaded. You get to see Colossus put a dude through a wall.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one.
That's when I was like, okay, Wolverine's. I knew he was a beast, but he was a beast. He was chopping motherfuckers up, dude. I loved it. But Rogue, she's never an X-Man.
Not in these, yeah.
And I know you said that. At the beginning of the '90s cartoon, the one you've been watching, the one I watched a couple episodes of. Who would you say was the leader
Of the X-Men?
in that cartoon version? Yeah,
Cyclops.
right. Rogue was definitely the leader to me. Rogue was doing the most shit, and her and Gambit definitely.
Oh,
fucked.
her and Gambit.
They definitely fucked. And Anna Paquin was, as much as I dislike her, I do like her accent, but she didn't say sugar one time. And again, it made me question, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I dislike her so much, and there's nothing else. And then for my like, why not just replace her with Jubilee? Because that's what happened in the fucking cartoons. Is it because she's a person of color? Because, can we talk about it? Is that the reason why they didn't want to put Jubilee in it?
Why? Because she's Asian?
Yeah. You don't think she can? First off, Rogue, was she supposed to be a star of this movie? Because she's not.
That's fair.
So she's at least fifth build. So
No, Wolverine's the star of this movie.
Exactly.
She was like the for lack of a better term, like the MacGuffin. Like she was the thing that everybody was trying to get because she was like important to the plan.
I get it. First episode of the '90s cartoon on Disney Plus, Jubilee runs away.
Yeah.
Why not just do Jubilee?
And she runs into Rogue and Gambit and Storm at the mall.
Same.
And a fucking like Sentinel just walks through the fucking food court and tries killing everybody.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Well, we don't want to see her little sparkles from Jubilee, whatever she does. I would love to see that. Instead of Rogue, like, let me give you a slip, touch your face a little bit. Never learn how to fly, never learn how to fight.
I got something to that end.
Dumb.
For my next dislike.
You go.
Not colorful enough.
The entire movie?
Yes.
Facts.
Because they reference it. It's like, oh, you guys go outside in this stuff? And Wolverine's got the black suit. And I was like, oh, do you prefer yellow spandex? And I was like, yes. Because I get it. Not everything can be comic book accurate. But this was the year 2000 or so where everything, more than it is now, everything had to be like dark and gritty because comic books movies are supposed to be taken seriously. Until Spider-Man, they weren't fucking campy. This was like supposed to be
Batman
serious. No,
and
that's
Batman
fair.
Forever.
That's fair.
That's when it started getting dark after that.
Yeah.
Because Batman Begins came out in 2005.
Yeah.
But I get X-Men.
Like, this movie was like dark-ish. It's definitely dark in tone because a man was trying to like fucking mutate and kill everybody because of like past genocide, and everybody wore black.
Yeah.
Everybody wore black.
The fact that they continue it is the problem.
Yes. But I don't like that it starts that way. Like everybody wears black. I know that everyone can't be wearing like fucking bright blue and yellow. Like Cyclops can't be out there in like bright blue and yellow. For some reason, everybody had like the red X on their suit, and that's how you knew that they were a team. Storm had her fucking all white suit. No, I mean in the cartoon, like that's how, and in the comics, that's how you know everybody's on the same team. In this one, everybody had like a tiny little yellow X on their collar,
like their lapel.
Yeah, and I was like, that's not enough.
Yeah, and it wasn't bright enough red. That's what I was talking about. Like that red was like the other one. You can see that X from a mile away.
Storm had two.
Well,
they were like holding their cape on, and they were like communicators or whatever. Like Cyclops wore like a bright yellow and blue. Storm wore a white outfit. Rogue's was like green and yellow with the brown jacket. Wolverine's was yellow and blue and black in like the comics and cartoons and everything. And in this one, everyone just wore black. Jean had like a blue and black and tan outfit in the comics and cartoons.
She had like a nice headband too.
Yeah, and in this, like everyone just wore black. And like I get it, they were going for like a serious thing. But it's...
That's the one thing X-Men never did to me until First Class. They kept teasing the yellow spandex for Wolverine, and he never wore it once.
Yeah.
And I think that is the letdown of the entire franchise.
Yeah.
Is that he never put on yellow.
Because in like the old, he has like a classic outfit where it's like brownish orange and black. Because he had it in the old X-Men arcade game. He had it in X-Men Evolution. He has that one. But like, and I think in his very first comic appearance where he fights the Hulk, it's yellow. It looks a little different, but it's like yellow and black.
Yeah.
And they never did it. And I get that they're like, oh, we want yellow spandex. Yes, please.
I think everybody would have been happy. Because then when they did it in First Class, I'm like, see, we could have been doing this forever.
Yeah, because when they threw Spider-Man on the screen, he had a red and blue suit. It wasn't black and red, which granted, like Tom Holland Spider-Man has it eventually, but he has like several red and blue suits. And also Spider-Man's had a million suits, and most of them are red and blue. We get it. But like the movie's like, here's a red and blue suit. Cool. Superman, red and blue outfit. Batman, black
Till Man of Steel.
or black and gray or blue and gray or blue and black or whatever. Batman had fucking more colorful outfits in the X-Men in these movies.
I agree.
Fucking Batman.
Batman. I agree.
Who's all about stealth.
You're not wrong.
I thought it was not colorful enough. And I feel like Jubilee, they wouldn't have been able to put her in the movie in the capacity that they would if she was like a starring character. Because you saw her in the background. She stood the fuck out because she had
really
a yellow
did.
outfit and those pink sunglasses on. You knew it was her instantly.
Like I said, I'll never forget. Everybody saw it was like, Jubilee!
Yes. If she was on the front lines with everybody else and everyone's wearing black and she's wearing a fucking yellow duster with those pink sunglasses, for one, she would have been the one that looked the best.
Same.
And it also would have been fucking weird because no one else was wearing it. It would have been like, what the fuck else are these guys doing wrong?
Yeah, because she's never wrong.
Because I was already in the mindset of what the fuck are these guys doing wearing this stuff? They should, like, I wanted the colorful outfits. I understand. I almost said I always want comic book accuracy. I know that that's not always possible. But if you can do it, why would you choose not to?
I agree.
Like, I get that they couldn't have made Sabretooth look the way that he did in the comics and shows. They could have at least gave Cyclops a blue fucking jumpsuit or a yellow visor. Everything was black and gray.
I think they should have went the route of the 90s with Sabretooth. And they should have put a fucking wrestler in them. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, because the dude playing him wasn't small.
Nah, he was not a small dude.
But, yeah, they could have...
Yeah.
Should have had fucking Bill Goldberg or some shit in there.
He's not tall enough.
No?
Yeah, he's only like 6 feet, right?
Only? He's like... I think he's more than 6.
Yeah, but Kevin Nash would have been better.
Super Shredder. Yeah, I wouldn't have been mad at that.
It couldn't be Paul White because he's not skinny enough.
No,
but
Kevin Nash would have been a good choice.
Yep.
He was... I mean, we've said it before. He was in the fucking Punisher, and he was great. And he didn't speak
and
at all.
Super Shredder.
And he was a Super Shredder.
I mean, he could have played a great, not dumb, but kind of a dumb sidekick.
Because Sabretooth was kind of like a bumbling character in this. Like, anytime he had something to do,
he
he fucked up or got fucked up. And I get that that's the role of the villains in some cases, but, like, Toad at least beat the shit out of, like, half the team until he got killed.
Yeah.
He stole Cyclops' visor. He knocked his ass out. He
ate a dove.
He ate a bird. He was carrying Rogue out of the bus station.
Yep.
He fucking slimed Jean, almost had her suffocated. Kicked fucking Storm down an open elevator shaft. And then he got beat up.
Yeah.
Sabretooth he hit Logan with a log, choked Storm, and then she immediately hit him with a lightning bolt. And then he did it again, and he got lasered.
Fair.
And he was supposed to keep an eye on the Senator, and the Senator fucking slugged his way out of his cell, and then he got locked in the cell.
Same.
He was a bumbling idiot.
I agree.
But he wasn't even funny. So, that also goes back to my Sabretooth dislike. Come on.
Come on.
If you're gonna be the idiot sidekick, be Zangief in Street Fighter. Yes. Just be dumb as shit and be funny.
They could have put him in it. Like, honestly,
man,
anybody would have been better. And then nothing wrong with that guy, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
You're getting paid?
Like I said, everybody. Yeah, I agree with the colorful part. That's a good. Yeah.
I think they could have done more.
I have one more dislike.
Okay.
Jubilee.
Not prominent enough?
Yep.
That's fair.
That's it.
I think there was a point in my life where I did not care about Jubilee, and I thought she was lame. She's pretty fucking interesting.
Honestly, I don't... Watching the cartoons, I was like, this is who they based Rogue off of in the X-Men movie. I was like, because she was kind of a...
Idiot child, like runaway. Yeah.
Who thought but she was a child.
Yeah.
Though. This movie, she was a child. So if it was Jubilee, if Jubilee was Rogue in this one, and I get why they put Rogue there because of the plot.
Yeah.
I probably would have hated Jubilee. So that's okay. But if she would have wore that yellow jacket or that little leather, she had like the Neo jacket.
Yeah, it's like the bright yellow jacket. Yeah,
I love me some yellow, man.
Also, that's her X-Men outfit in the cartoon. Mm-hmm. That is just her walking around clothes.
Walking around money.
Everyone else like, ooh, let me put my superhero outfit on. She's like, I'm in it.
I'm already
I woke up in it.
This is me. I'm like Homer Simpson. This is what I got.
I got a closet. Open up this closet. It is all yellow coats and pink sunglasses.
I love it. She reminds me of Bret the Hitman Hart.
Dude, those glasses.
How could you not love it?
Yeah.
When this movie came out, I was deep into wrestling, and she just did it. That's the thing about wrestling. They're colorful.
Yeah.
If anything.
She had better sunglasses than Cyclops, and that's his fucking gimmick.
So true.
She did. Cyclops' glasses were fucking dumb looking in this, and I think that's part of why Lydia hated him. Fair. She's like, I don't know who this guy is, but he looks like a tool.
Oh, I said I had one more. Sorry, I skipped over one. Scott. Sorry. As soon as you said it, I was like, wait.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Have I not said this?
Yeah, I was like, I'm surprised I didn't hear it. Yeah.
That was the second one. It went Rogue, Scott, Jubilee. And the other two are disliked because of them. Jubilee's disliked because there wasn't enough of her. So, yeah, I hate Scott. Scott's the worst. He doesn't even get called his mutant name. I'm going to call him Scott. His mama named Scott. I'm going to call him Scott. Fuck Scott. He's a dick. Even though he shouldn't be, but he is.
How do we know it's you? You're a dick.
You're a dick.
That's him. All right.
Fair. And he only gets worse. And he becomes a crying mess in the second one.
He gets mind controlled in the second one for like most of the movie. Because Jean has to put him down. And the third one, she kills him like in the first 10 minutes.
That was the best movie. I remember when I saw that, I was like, "Hey!" They're like, everybody's scared of the Phoenix. I'm like, I like her. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, you got like a double dose because like Phoenix came back and she killed Scott.
I was like, she's doing great. It's like she looks good. She kills Scott. Boom, he's out of the way.
There you go.
And she's gonna try to bang at Wolverine.
I mean,
every girl's dream, right?
What
like,
more could you want?
Loved it. Those are my dislikes.
Same.
Let's rate this sucker.
Okay, let's do it. You go first.
Because of nostalgia, I want to give it a 5, but I won't. Mm-hmm. I'll give it a 4, though.
Yes, I'm giving it a 4 also.
Yeah, I'll give it a 4.
Yeah.
I don't think it's, out of the trilogy, I don't think it's the best one.
It's not my favorite out of the trilogy.
No. It introduces a lot, but I feel like later we get better.
And the one that is my favorite of the trilogy is largely seen as the worst of the trilogy.
Fair.
So
it's not really that bad when I watch it. Every time I've seen it, I'm like,
get to it.
I like this.
Yeah. If I like it, I can't call it the worst.
The only thing I wish, like you said, the colorful, when they were standing in between the humans and the mutants, like when they were on the island.
In X3.
Mm-hmm. If they would all had on their comic book accurate clothes. Oh,
I think Beast had a good outfit in that movie.
Wasn't it just him?
He had like a vest on.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it had like some yellow accents and stuff because his like cartoon and comic thing, he just has like a Speedo on.
Yeah.
Or like he'll have like some pants or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought he looked good with the vest because it had
everybody else had the black.
It had like the bright yellow or it was like a neon yellow or neon green like accents. And he's like, oh, it doesn't really fit that good because he's like just fucking muscly as shit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm okay with this.
I think he tears the arms off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like I think he like puts it on and like does like a fat guy in a little coat thing and like it tears a little bit.
Facts.
And I was like, get it, Beast. And then he like breaks somebody's fucking neck.
Rightfully so.
Amazing. But we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, we will.
But yeah, I give this one a 4.
Yeah.
Solid movie.
It's a good movie.
As much as I have some gripes about it, they're not They're like aesthetic gripes that in no way affect the plot of the movie.
Even with mine, I think they're mostly nerd gripes.
Okay. That's how I feel about mine too.
Yeah,
with like the color, the colorful and costumes, and like Sabretooth being a nerd.
Yeah.
You could have done much worse. This movie could have done much worse. Okay, yes.
Because Street Fighter, they all had on their. That's the one thing we love.
Yes, that was the only. That was like one of the main things that we liked. Is like everyone at least looked somewhat like. I mean, obviously you knew who everybody was in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But like if in Street Fighter everybody had their game outfits, but they were all like shades of gray, you'd be like, what the fuck's going on here?
Right.
But there was a time for subtlety, and Street Fighter was not it.
That's so true. They were like, we're gonna do. Have you ever seen the movie Dick Tracy?
No.
Do you know anything about it?
Yeah, it's a dude in a yellow trench coat.
Yeah, but do you know anything about the movie?
No.
Okay. So it's Warren Buffett. Fuck. Warren Beatty.
Okay.
Is that his name? Yeah. Warren Beatty, Madonna, and Al Pacino. And it is the most colorful movie I've ever seen in my life. It's so serious, and it's also not. And I remember watching it and being like, this is great. And I watched it again in the last like 10 years, and I'm like, this is trash. But it looks amazing. Because Dick Tracy has on a long yellow like detective coat with a yellow hat.
Yeah.
Everybody else in the movie, all
like,
bright colors.
Looks like the fucking mask.
Yes. Yes. He looks amazing. But then it's played by Warren Beatty, and he's like, he's very like toned down. Al Pacino was the best part about that movie. Because Al Pacino was being Al Pacino, and I forgot who he played. I think he played, it was either Babyface Nelson or something else.
Big Boy Caprice.
Okay,
I'm looking at it right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, like the whole movie was just colorful. And like, so I think about that. I think about Street Fighter. I'm like, man, all the good colors. The only movies that's done it right, in my opinion, besides Marvel.
Catherine O'Hara's in it.
Oh, nice.
And Kathy Bates.
Nice.
Oh, shit, okay.
Like I said, I've only seen it like once or twice. So I can't tell you if it's a great movie. I remember it being dumb, but I remember it being entertaining.
Dustin Hoffman.
There you go. Okay. See?
There's some people in this
There's
movie.
people in this movie.
Okay.
But the only movie that I can think that done it right besides Marvel is Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat, the first one, and then the new one. I think the new one did okay as far as what it looked like, but they brought some people like fucking Cabal. Looks so fucking good. You can do it. If you make Shazam look good, you can make everybody look good. Sorry. Or even Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel looked good.
Yeah.
Either way.
And her outfit was red and blue.
It was.
It wasn't like bright ass red and blue, but it was red and blue.
It was red and blue enough.
Yeah.
I mean, Captain America looked like an idiot. So he looked good.
Yeah, because his outfit was fucking red and blue.
Same.
And they like tweaked it as it went on. It wasn't just like, all right, Cap, here's your black suit that you wear for all your movies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like you said, little gripes here and there.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it was a 4. It was a good movie. It was a good nostalgic movie. Like going back and watching it just now, I was like, man, I remember everything that's about to happen.
Yeah, I liked it. I was surprised how much of it I remembered, to be honest.
Oh, I knew I was going to remember. I love it. It's a great movie. But we'll see. But I think definitely, I can't wait to watch the next. The next one's probably my favorite. I didn't even know it was my favorite for the longest time, but it's definitely my favorite.
I mean, the next one's got Nightcrawler in it. I like him.
It has a better storyline than all of them. Than any of the X-Men movies. I think it has the best storyline. Days of Future Past does too, but this one has a really good storyline. Just Alkali Lake and the fucking, what's his name? The general guy? Stryker. He is a villain.
Yeah, he sends the fucking military into a school.
Same.
Oh shit, I forgot to mention that line that we both laughed at.
Which one?
Of Magneto's. He's like, oh yeah, that's great. Lightning bolt into a big copper conductor. Thought you lived in a school.
Fair.
You bitch.
Fair.
Hilarious.
Same.
Goes back to Magneto being amazing. But yeah, 4 is all around. This movie's good.
Facts.
And I'm going to like the next ones too.
Okay. Well, with that being said, next movie is X2 United. I think that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm. X-Men United, yeah.
Yeah. Good times.
Yes.
And then after that, we got The Last Stand. And then, how are we going in order after that? Are we just doing order as they came out? Well, we have to now. Yeah. So, Origins, then Wolverine, then
First Class.
First Class.
Okay.
Days of Future Past?
Yeah, I think so. Then Apocalypse.
Then Dark Phoenix, which I haven't seen. Then Logan.
Then we'll do Logan, yeah, because that's like the last one of everything. Then Deadpool.
We gotta do Deadpool. Yeah. I haven't seen either of those movies in a minute. I've only seen Deadpool 2, I think once or twice.
I was just joking when I said that, but I wouldn't be mad if we threw those.
Oh, are we?
I was joking but then I was like, because they do appear, like the X-Men characters do appear in those movies. I wouldn't be mad if we tacked those on because for one, I love them.
Yeah, at the end.
Let's do it.
Yeah, because Logan's like somber, so let's spice it up with some Deadpool after. Easy peasy.
Let's do it.
Then after that,
and it's Ryan Reynolds, so what's not to like?
Fair. Hulk.
Okay.
If you want to.
I'm down.
Then what after that?
Like both Hulks?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought we said we were going to do both.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
What do you want to do after that?
Well, I know there's 2 more movies that are coming out in theaters that we're going to do before we get to some of these other movies.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
So we're going to do those. So we're going to do the X-Men's Deadpool.
Sure, we're going to see the other 2 movies back to back, right? When they come out like a week after each other?
Do they?
I'm not looking it up. You can look it up, but I will not look up Spider-Man.
I think you're right.
But
I think you're right.
I think Spider-Man's next week, and I think the what's the name is a week after, if not the week after that.
I'll throw something out there.
Ooh. After
all the X-Men's and Deadpools and Hulks, do you want to do the rest of the Jurassic movies?
Let's do it. Yeah.
See some dinosaurs eating some people.
We got to get some one-offs in there, though.
Okay.
Just so you know.
I mean, we'll throw some ones in there.
Yeah.
Singles.
I don't know what, but yeah.
We'll figure something out.
Maybe Clue.
Ooh.
Clue.
Okay.
Clue would be a good one. Yeah.
Or would you want to... Well, we can have this discussion off
Yeah.
podcast, I guess. Because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody that we might do.
Spoiler alert, none.
Spoiler alert, we're going to do some movies.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get out of here. Yeah, this has been Keith.
And Chris.
We'll see you tomorrow.